Reaction to the initial 53-man roster for your Minnesota Vikings. Now, we're going to go over the players that made it so far, the notable cuts, waves, IR designations. Of course, we know Jordan Addison is suspended. We'll get into all of that. But first, it's important to note that the Vikings on their website, ahead of listing the players in each position group that made the initial 53-man roster, they left a note. Players listed first at each position correspond with starters on the most recent unofficial depth chart, which will be updated for week 1. So the first names that you see on this website, those are the starters. All the names following the initial name is listed in alphabetical order. So it's not necessarily a depth chart from 1 through 3 or 1 through 4, just the first name listed. Quarterbacks, JJ McCarthy, he's the starter, no surprise there. Max Brosmer, good for him. I'm so happy that he made this team. It's a good story, too, coming from the University of Minnesota and Carson Wentz. I do believe that although Brosmer is the second name listed, Carson Wentz will more than likely end up being the experience leader to be the QB2, while Max Brosmer is the QB3. Then we get to running backs, and this sent me, I damn near fell off the chair when I saw this. Of course, that was before I noticed the note of everybody after the starter is simply alphabetical order. Running backs, first off, they have 4 guys, which is like, why? All we need is 3. What are we doing here? Aaron Jones is the starter. Ty Chandler, are you kidding me? He made this team. We're going to get to who I believe lost their job, lost their spot on this team because of Ty Chandler. Just my theory. I am pissed. But you know what? All in all, this is going to be a pretty good team. They still need to make moves at wide receivers and cornerbacks. But anyway, Ty Chandler got 4 running backs. Ty Chandler, Jordan Mason, and Xavier Scott. Of course, Jordan Mason was always going to be that guy. He's going to be RB2. Xavier Scott better be RB3. And Ty Chandler eventually, hopefully he gets cut. We'll just have to see. But we'll get to the player that I think lost his job because of Ty Chandler. 4 running backs. That's crazy. CJ Ham made the roster. He was placed on IR. Receivers. Oh boy, this is going to be a piece of work. Justin Jefferson, Jalen Naylor, Ty Felton made it, Tim Jones, and Miles Price. He had a hell of a preseason being a return man, Miles Price, so I'm happy for him. But Jalen Naylor, whatever. Ty Felton, I was rooting for him, but he was a bit inconsistent and just not consistent enough to make plays to say, oh, okay, we can fill in the void of Jordan Addison. I don't think we have that right now. A move should be happening soon. With my luck, after the recording and uploading of this video, with my luck, a move will be made. Maybe it will be Adam Thielen, but Ty Felton and Tim Jones. Tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, and Ben Urasek. I do believe that's going to be the order of the depth chart. Those 3 in that order. Offensive line, 10 players. Christian Darrisaw, Donovan Jackson, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Brian O'Neill. Your backups are Blake Brandel. Okay. All right. Maybe a depth piece. Sure. Joe Huber, Michael Juergens. I do like him. Walter Rouse and Justin School. The interior defensive line. So your 3-4 D tackles or D tackle and 2 defensive ends. Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, those are going to be your starters. The rest of the names, we'll see how it pans out. Again, this is in alphabetical order after the starter. It's just a coincidence that Hargrave alphabetically is after Allen when he's also going to be a starter. So after Javon Hargrave, Jalen Redmond, Ty Ingram Dawkins, LDR, and Elijah Williams. No surprise there. That sets out pretty much what I expected it to be. At edge rusher, Jonathan Grenard, AVG, Chaz Chambliss, Bo Richter, and Dallas Turner. Inside linebacker, Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace Jr., Austin Keys, Kobe King, and I actually forgot that Eric Wilson was on this team. Well, he made the initial 53-man roster, and if anything, I would expect for him to have more of a special teams role than actually playing inside linebacker on the defensive side of the ball. Cornerbacks, oh boy, them and wide receiver, man. May God help us all. Cornerbacks, Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rogers, Dwight McGlothern, he made it, and Jeff Okuda. So Sean Mannion, that jersey and the cowboy hat will make an appearance, not even an appearance. It will be for the entire live stream of the first game. I think that's what, Monday night against the Chicago Bears. Jeff Okuda made it. You got to make a move there at cornerback as well as receiver. More moves to come, I'm sure. Safeties, 5. Really? Okay. Josh Metellus, Harrison Smith, Theo Jackson, Tavier Thomas, and Jay Ward. Okay. Specialist, long snapper, Andrew DePaula, kicker, Will Reichert, punter, Ryan Wright. Now let's get to a cut. A cut that I'm sure shocked the world as far as Vikings fandom. Gabe Murphy. Are you kidding me? This man's preseason was fantastic. How did he get cut today? Why did he get cut today? What are we doing? And I get that anything on the defensive side of the ball, it comes from Brian Flores first with the head coach to make any recommendations after. Why cut Gabe Murphy? I thought he did enough this preseason to prove that he's worthy to be on this team, and you cut him? I thought Ambry Thomas did enough to get by to make it, but it just didn't work out. Now, going to the wide receiver position, well, actually, cornerback, I have no idea what to expect for this team to do. It seems like I feel like they're just going to roll with what they have, and in the meantime, switch it up once in a while. Josh Metellus, maybe he plays in the slot position. Jay Ward, they're going to have to figure something out. At wide receiver, Adam Thielen, that's the big name that we were all hoping for. And it seems like Carolina is just playing hard to get right now. I do believe there's a percentage where Bryce Young, they really want to give him this year as maybe his final year to prove himself. And Adam Thielen, even at his age right now, this stage of his career, that he can certainly help Bryce Young get better. But it's like, come on, man. I know that Kwesi and KOC are like, we'll give you all the 5th round picks or the 6th round picks that you want. We don't care. Can we make a deal? And the Carolina Panthers are like, well, I don't know. So in the meantime, I feel like that trade is going to eventually happen. They didn't cut him. He didn't hit waivers. He's still a member of the Carolina Panthers. They can still trade him. I think that's what's going to happen. But as far as any other candidates, I saw that KJ Osborne, he got released today by the Washington Commanders. And I'm sorry, for a wide receiver 2, hell, we were done with him when he was a wide receiver 3 back when he was with Minnesota the last time. Wide receiver 2, no thanks. Now, if you want to pick him up, you have money, you want to pick him up with the intention of being the wide receiver 3 to Adam Thielen's wide receiver 2, go for it. But by all means, KJ Osborne is not the solution at wide receiver to fill in for Jordan Addison. I believe that's going to be Adam Thielen. Jacoby Myers, he has requested a trade, but much like Terry McLaurin, he wants the bag. So upon a trade, he wants his extension. Otherwise, and we talked about this on Purple Parlor last night, otherwise it's like, why would I accept a trade, or why would I get traded to a team for the final year of my contract when I can just stay here in Vegas and play out the final year of my contract? He's a good player, but I don't think he's worth the bag. And plus, giving him an extension is going to complicate things with Jordan Addison. If you were to trade for a receiver that wants an extension right now, such as Terry McLaurin, even though they worked it out in Washington, or Jacoby Myers, if you were to go that route, that means you're done with Jordan Addison. So long, we don't need you because you're going to be due for an extension soon as well. And that I just don't want to see that happen. So this roster, I'm good with it. Gabe Murphy should be on this team, but that's really my only gripe. Figure something out at wide receiver. Please. They want an extra 6th round pick. Don't let that hold you back. We'll see you next time.